You're the chairman of the Lusmagh GAA club.
Yeah.
How long have you been chairman, Brendan?
Well, this is my first year now at the moment, but I did chairman there some few years ago. It's 3 or 4 different occasions.
Well,
back around 81 now I was chairman, 82.
You were chairman in 82 when you reached the final in 82?
Yes, yes.
And of course, in the remembrance of that final in 82 were probably a last minute goal when you were on your way to victory, and you probably have vague memories of that, or?
We have, and that was a match that we were winning right up to the end, and it was the one that we really could have won, but there again, Banner had the experience and they just pulled it over as last minute, but that doesn't deter us from going forward again. Still think we're in with a chance on Sunday.
But your present team at the moment, you have been doing well in underage hurling, and you have plenty of young underage players on the county hurling team, and there must be great potential now in Lusmagh for the youngsters, especially the likes of John Try and all these fellas that's winning on minor hurling and under 21 and all this.
Yeah,
there must be great hope.
There is, there's great hope, but they're small enough in numbers. The population is very small in Lusmagh, but still over the last number of years now, and I'd say we could trace it back mostly to the time that Dennis Lynch came to teach in Lusmagh there. He got the hurling and football going fairly well, and they won several Borden Oak matches, Borden Skull, hurling and football. They won 3 in a row, I think, in hurling and 2 in a row in football. And Tom Kelly there now, Tom was on those teams, and some of the younger fellas on the team up along. I think it was a great heart to come on, and as you say there's several young fellas on the Offaly teams. There was 3 of them on the 21 this year now, as you mentioned, John Try there and Brendan Kelly, and you had Ronald Byrne as well. So that's a great help to us.
Immigration hasn't hit you too badly down here, so you have to hold on to the younger players, and that probably is a major factor in reaching this final, is it?
Well, it is. We lost a few there now. There's a brother, Tom Kelly's outside there now, and he was away this year. He was a loss to us, and he was away all summer in America. And we lost a few from last time now in 82. We had P Try. P was a great hurler, and there are a few gone on us now. There, Willie Dolan is another now that was a good player coming on, and they're both in England at the moment. And Michael Kelly is in England. Michael was a great hurler, and he was a great player with Borough College back some years ago, and he's in England as well. So we've lost a few, but still we have to try and keep going.
This is your son Ray here now, Ray Byrne.
Yeah.
We'll just switch to you for a minute. How do you feel having your father chairman of the club, and he was back in 82, and probably you were only a young fella, probably maybe 14 or 15 years of age. You're playing wing forward.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to have to do Sunday to win this game?
Well, I reckon we'll have to give it full commitment and go in hard from the start.
I suppose this time last year, Kieran was in the same position as Lusmagh today, and I'm sure they were probably going out with a bundle of nerves the same. And you must have a great chance. You feel confident? You do?
Yeah.
That's a good spirit. Now we'll switch over here to the trainer of this Lusmagh team, a man that needs no introduction. Probably one of Offaly's great heroes, Joachim Kelly. Joachim, the first question I'd ask you is, the 82, go back to 82, you had to find a lot of us won, and a late minute goal or a last minute goal robbed you out of it, but surely you must have learned from that.
Well, it's 8 years after, isn't it? And we're still there. Yeah, we're in the second county final, but it's that's 8 years ago. But half the team are contesting the second county final, and we got a good few young players, John Try, Ronald Burns, and Brendan Kelly, onto that team. So we have good experience going into Sunday's game, and hopefully we're going to win our first county final next Sunday.
But you have plenty of experience in inter-county hurling. You have Brendan Birmingham, you have yourself, Jim Try. After the 82 final, Jim made his way onto the Offaly senior hurling team, and he has won everything in All-Ireland medals. He has 2 All-Ireland medals. Surely you must be full of confidence down here.
We're confident, all right, but we're still underdogs. We still haven't won a county final yet, as yet.
But you're hitting up against Kieran. Kieran were unlucky the year before last. Last year they won their first county final. Surely they must feel the same as you did. Surely they must realise that Lusmagh must win a county final.
That's right. We're in the same position as they were last year, and luckily they got over last year. They have won one county final, but and we're trying to do what they did last year, win our first county final. But having said that, they're not going to be the same team as they were last year. They're not going to be as determined as they were last year, because they're relying on what they won last year to bring them through this year. And that's water under the bridge, you know. They still have to go out and play it next Sunday, and we'll be the more determined team next Sunday.
Okay, well, we'll take you back to the semi-final against Banagher. Lots of people say you were lucky against Banagher, but pure determination won that game for you. Can you keep up the determination the next Sunday to win this final?
Well, that's the hallmark of the Lusmagh team so far this year, you know, our determination, our will to win, and a fierce commitment and spirit is in this team. That's what's carrying us through all year, and it carried us through against Rhinos, and I have no doubt that it'll carry us through again against Clarion next Sunday.
Well, in all your years of hurling, Joachim, surely you must have drilled everything into those players how to win a county final. I mean, you must realise that it's not every year that you get a chance of being in a county final, and probably maybe this could be your last county final. Surely you must have everything drilled into these lads to go out there on Sunday and win that county final.
That's right. We've prepared well, and we've trained hard, and as you say, we've tried to cover everything, and we've drilled everything into them. But it's all down to the final hour. It's all on the day, and never know. Things could go wrong. Could be the weather. Could be bad Sunday. Could be an incident. Could happen in the game, or it could be a mistake someone make. It's all on the day. And as far as I'm concerned, we prepared well, and I'm quite happy with the team. And as I said, it's all on the day.
Okay, we'll take it. Kieran have improved immensely since they won the county final last year.
It's a breakdown, yeah. Go on, yeah.
Kieran have improved immensely since they won the county final last year. Where do you see their strong points?
Well, naturally they have good forwards there, you know. They have 3 or 4 doolies on the forward line there, you know. All good, skillful hurlers. And Eugene Cocknell is strong. Mick Cockton is strong down the back line. And their midfield is fairly strong, you know. That's where basically the forwards are fairly strong.
Okay, I'll ask you the same question. Where do you see the Lusmagh strong points in winning this game?
I mean, I wouldn't say we're strong points anywhere, but I say we're a well-balanced team all over, you know. We're not relying on any one player to win it for us Sunday. I think we have a good balanced all-round team, and I think that's what's going to do it for us Sunday.
Now, you know us for playing centre field. You're playing centre field with your county, and you have done spectacular things in centre field hurling. You're moved back to centre back, or centre forward?
Centre back.
Centre back?
Yeah.
Why is this big switch all in the last minute?
Well, I think centre back is an easier place to play anyway. You can, you know, a lot of ball coming down there, and you can control things there, you know. You can move across behind the wing backs, or you can go out a bit and maybe help midfield, or, you know, you can control things there, you know.
But
I like centre back.
You like centre back? Now, Benny Birmingham is playing centre forward. Is that a sort of some arrangement you can between you, sort of that you move back and you feed the ball up to him and he feeds the forwards, like if Ray Byrne and...
No, I have no plan like that at all, planned for Sunday, just that it'll be direct hurling next Sunday, and Brendan Birmingham has played centre forward for 10 years with Offaly, and he's there next Sunday to do a job that he can always do, and hopefully he'll break it, and the 2 wing forwards can pick it up from his breaks, you know. Okay,
well, we'll switch back now to Paddy Kelly. We'll just switch here now to Paddy Kelly, the grandpa of all the Kellys down here in Lusmagh. How long have you been associated with hurling in Lusmagh?
Well, since I went to my first match in Dublin, 1923. Before you saw late enough.
There was none of us not around that time, but...
Huh?
I'm sure...
Offaly was hurling Cork in the Junior All-Ireland. And we met them by 2 pints. You heard of Gata Heron and the Murphys. I was there, and there was no huge stand there at that time, remember?
You probably remember the Foxes hurling.
Huh?
You probably remember the Foxes hurling.
I do. The Drumcullen.
Yeah.
I know the we harbour the below Lusmagh on the road. On the road. Yes. And the Quagans.
That was in was that in senior hurling or in junior hurling?
Senior.
Senior hurling.
Junior in the 1923. It was Sean Robinson's in the senior. Be honest. Into Offaly.
But that's going back now a long time.
I know it is.
But we'll say go back in the last 20 years, have you been well associated with the hurling here in
Well,
Lusmagh?
I have. I go to them all. Be honest, yeah.
But you must feel a very proud man having all these sons.
No.
Stacks of medals hanging up in your room.
I've been prouder at 5:30 Sunday evening. Be honest. Hey,
That's
if it could happen.
That's great spirit. Of course, in the last few years since Lusmagh came up in hurling, Rhinos were always at the top, and they were your big bogey team.
Always
There's
were.
many great stories told.
Huh?
There's many great stories told about Lusmagh and Banner when they were playing.
I could go a little further as well. Be honest.
Elaborate a little bit on the old games with Lusmagh and Banner. This is what I want to hear.
In what years?
Any years you like to remember yourself?
I know, but
But the best one, you heard yourself, did you?
I did. I went about it that way. I heard it.
But that's what we're all trying to do, go about everything. But give us a little outline on some of the Banner games that you had down in the 40s and that.
Banner had a fair team that time, be honest. So that was back to Jimmy and Tommy Horns now, and Jimmy Horns, and when they started, you know.
But Lusmagh had a great name for being a great clean hurling team. Never to put a little hurling.
We always had a few, 2 or 3, be honest, honest. Be honest. But never could get any further, be honest, until latter years when Brother Dennis took over in Bourke, when they had to bring the Burns and all his company went to board, you know.
So you feel very proud of the present Lusmagh.
They are. They're coming up, all right. We're the 2 smallest parishes in Offaly.
That's right,
Both
yeah.
Kieran and Offaly. Yes. I heard again John Cotton, Eugene's father and all. Yeah. They settled there.
So all these Kellys and all this, there's plenty of hurling bred in them.
Huh?
There's plenty of hurling bred in them down the years, you know. Never sparing the hurl a little bit or
Well,
talking to the referee.
I'll tell you what I hear now. Michael, his senior, was a better hurler than ever Joachim was. Huh? Yeah, we settled that. He's in England at the moment, or in London, hey.
I'm sure.
Huh?
But Joachim now, I wouldn't like to hear that, you know.
Well, I'm saying in a month, but I'll be honest, straight out, hey.
But of course Joachim has did us all proud, like.
Huh?
Joachim has done us all proud.
I know, but he started, he was in Bora, he got a 16 and All-Ireland medal, and he got a college All-Ireland medal from Brother Dennis, be honest. Mighty now.
Yeah, but he didn't get to be had to hurl for them and win them.
Well, I know.
Because we could get medals like that, I'd have a couple of medals, but I haven't. Anyway, now Paddy, we'll switch over here.
Go ahead.
This chap down here, Tom.
Tom.
You won't be left out of this conversation. So, surely a young fella like you must have something up your sleeve for next Sunday. And Kieran had it last year. Lusmagh must have it this year. Tell me, elaborate a little bit. You have something. You had your last training session on Wednesday night, and surely you must have some little thing up your sleeve.
Oh, we have, yeah, but we're not going to panic anyway. We're not afraid of Kieran. We're never afraid of Kieran. We always run them close.
But you weren't afraid of, you were never afraid of Banner either, or Jump Cullen, or...
We weren't afraid of Banner, but still had something over us, which we definitely buried this year, I hope. And that we'll be never afraid of them again.
But you
and
were
hope to do the same with Kieran.
Yes, the spirit. You were very determined against Banner. It was the pure determination that got you through, because you got through by the closest of margins of a point. Can you forecast what you're going to beat Kieran?
Well, we haven't run out of determination yet. We have another bit left, and
that's good.
We hope to throw it all against Kieran.
Okay, Tom. Now, we'll have to switch back to the chairman again for another little word on the last round up. everything, you did your last training session on Wednesday night.
Right, yeah, we
You had
finished
your-
up Wednesday night,
You
yeah.
finished Wednesday night, so you probably had a little pep talk. And
We went back down to the hall after the training session and that, which we thought was a good idea, get all the players and selectors and trainer and the whole lot together, and we had a cup of tea in the hall and a chat, and laid a few plans, and I suppose from there we decided that we'd give it every shot, and we're confident enough that we can do it. We've covered all the angles and we've gone through everything, gone through the whole team right through, and our strong points and our weak points, and obviously we'll try and improve all round, and we think with the determination that I have now that we can do it.
that's good, Brenda. That's what we like to hear. So, okay, we'll just have a last word around now. Paddy, your forecast for Sunday?
It's a 50-50.
50-50.
No. I'm prepared with that.
We'll go back now this way to Ray. You're a player, right? Why are you going to beat Derry, right?
Well, if we beat them in Pint, I'd be happy. If we win it all, I'd be happy. But we're going out to it's only 15 again, 15, going out. And it's up to the best team after that.
Tom?
Well, as one of the lads said during the week of training, the scoreboard starts at 0-0 for both teams, and it's up to yourself to add to that.
Well, okay.
What is supposed to Johnny player anyway? Huh?
No, that was a great idea.
You're waiting to it. I laughed up.
Why age did you start? Why age did you start smoking?
Huh? Well, around 9 years old. Yeah, I'd been there. But it was only boots at the time. Boots.
You were in the old IRA.
It was.
There's some great stories about the old IRA. But
Well, the types of battle, no, we haven't seen that. Lusmagh battle was gained up together. Although we had nearly more than the battle showed.
Was Grooms with you that time, Paddy?
I did, it wasn't, but he is the same job about rules. Hey,
Aye. Very often I remember years ago down at our house. Send them PK, we used to be together.
But there's a great story told about when people were in the IRA years ago. They used to be going around robbing honey, and lads used to like honey. You were one of the boys that is supposed to have a great taste for honey.
someone was supposed to tell you, we had a period. We were on the radar right now, and we lost Lusmagh one day, and we had Martin Hurling in America. And it was funny, we were training at the York, but I did like honey, all right. It looked old now. But I supported it to be around 2 o'clock in the morning. Who the devil just told you that?
But that's another. That's a Bill Fox used to say all that.
Huh?
All the old IRA boys liked honey. They were all in sweet tongues.
But yes, it looked old one night around 2 o'clock in the morning. We're on a raid there. That's near the power station, but
Did you get sick from it, or
huh?
Did you get sick for it?
No, I did not. No, I did not know. I'm sure that when you're young, you're at the upset and things. Yes.
But anyway, what used this honey do to you when you be?
Huh?
What used this honey do to you when you be out shooting lads, like, you know?
No, I didn't. No, I haven't. No, I didn't. Thank God. But the last time I was in St. Churchyard was I wasn't in it out. But the Black and Tanzan was in Dogland was in Banner as a trade. And we had shaken nothing in our hands, only maybe something 3 or 4 of them made out where one were going to do a job. And they were at Taylor's Craft. I didn't do you know Taylor's Craft?
Oh yeah, I do, yeah.
And the road runs down, goes down that way. And we like to eat it. We're going coming to Locker Road, as I say. Except Martin Hurling, Jim Troy, and Willie Moore now. Well, Martin Hurling is alive still in America. But the other 2 are dead. Yes, they didn't open fire. But luckily, they had the straight. I lay out there, I had to go for for a half an hour in on same church. That was the last time I was in it. I wasn't that first children, no, but and my laddie, remember the other day?
Oh, yeah, Jack, yeah.
Huh? That's a bad thing.
So there's a holiday, so the holiday in the road is saved.
The holiday in the road saved us, be honest. That's a fact, no.
You tell me that, alright.
Huh?
They were firing straight, but you were down
They were firing straight, but there was a holiday in the road. If you're marked, we never ever go from Taylor's Rat to
I know where that graveyard is.
Huh?
I know where that graveyard is there, on the right hand side there.
On the right hand side, on the ball of me.
I don't know why it's called. I don't know why it's called all Seir.
I'm not going to go to get my board on the ball. That's about
There's probably near a Seir buried in there. I don't know why it's called all Seir. Probably near a Seir there. So since 1921 you're drinking porter ever since? And it hasn't done you, and you're smoking cigarettes?
20 years now, be honest.
And you never done you a bit of harm?
That's thank God. Our Johnny didn't dare that. Hey.
You're probably not too worried now anyway.
Why should you?
If you live until next Sunday and you win the county final, you probably pack us all up and... Huh? That's fair play to you, Paddy, anyway.
Fair enough to you.
You have great memories and all for a man of your age.
And would you believe me?
Would you only class yourself as a young lad?
I go a little further. I can't spend a needle yet at our lessons. Yeah, that's a fair one.
What, pack of needles?
Huh?
A pack of needles?
No, I can't find a needle. I know this lad that you put in the booklet. Yes.
And don't you...
Steady hand.
Classes reading the paper, though.
Huh?
Don't you use classes reading the paper?
I would
You don't need that for a steady hand.
I can work on it without them, but I'd be slower.
Yeah.
Slower. I'd be a bit. I have them there already, but I'd be a bit slower.
And still said the needle.
I can, thank God for it.
Fair play to you.
How did you feel at half time in the 81 Ireland?
In what?
How did you feel at half time in the 81 Ireland?
I just know I was all right because there was a lot of gigs behind me. The awfully gigs now. But, Michael, I want to smoke. Bring me a smoke, will you? In your own time. For tomorrow. I remember it well that
Well, we in the Hogan stand today,
There was, all right. And,
was you only a young man that time?
that's what it was.
Prime of your life.
That's 9 years ago, 8 years ago. But when Brumman passed it over to Johnny Flaherty, but there's another thing, I always think of it. Cody, Danny was cut off the line, and Cody started arguing about it, and was over it. And just, he collected everything and got a pint to develop. We were too upbeat, to be honest. We're running a pint now, we'll say, with Johnny Flaherty for score, but we were too upbeat. And Parry Ford was fouled. That tested us, you know. That right?
That's correct.
Huh?
That's right.
Yes.
Who said here at half time if
Huh?
who said here at half time it wouldn't be great if Offaly got a goal? There's someone.
Well, the goal is always coming. If you're a mark, if you keep it in your back and remember it, you know. In any team, you know, it was close.
After and after we had all players.
Hold it.
Thomas out there safe.
You left.
Let's see how shortly the road.
One or two minutes anyway.
And they're abusing me here, Michael, for God's sake.
Well, take out the money now, don't be. saying that.
Thank you.
But anyway, getting back to the final. You were saying the goal was going to come, or someone was telling you about this goal going to come. Was someone saying there was a goal in again?
And Dermot Healy was behind the second goal. Remember that day? Well, then were you there or not? Were you?
I was there, but I wasn't behind the goal. Well, there was a good few more lads as well. No.
And then Healy is no door, you know, tell the truth. And I missed.
But it's probably a great moment for you, like at that time. It's probably a great moment.
Well, actually, it was the first ever. It's very, yeah.
Especially having your own son playing and playing such a great part in it. But it's easy to be modest, but it's still, it must have got to you parts of the game.
I didn't go over the road 2 o'clock the next day, you know, so I said, well, we had a daughter living in Dublin, we went there that night. But I drank more, you know, Collins Street. I would say that Shelburne, Offaly took over the Shelburne, remember?
Russian.
And we got out. I couldn't get in. You were there, weren't you? And probably you were there, Brendan.
No, that's just the night you on the train the next day. You were on the train the next day coming down. Well, I came back to put them
we left at 4 o'clock in the morning and went out and I slept for a few hours, but we left Dublin and Portmarnock around 11 or 12. We slept in Passfield and he held it. So,
You're probably a proud man coming home that day, were you?
Naturally. But poor backyard, as I say, him too, was at that time. And he was a hoarder.
Of course, every fella at that particular time always goes down to a team effort, but like everyone always said it was a team effort. But you must have sort of special feelings, your son Hurling and all the names for Offaly and Lusmagh. You know, there must be some old thing running through your mind that you tell nobody about, but you will tell us about it. You know.
We went for the team to come along and the Garda and well, Brother Dennis, like a gentleman, he stepped forward and when Joe Soap there came along, you know, hey, that's the last of them now, he said, you know, hey.
So you had the red carpet everywhere you went.
You know Paddy O'Leary? You know Paddy O'Leary? That's no real Paddy.
Paddy O'Leary,
You know.
I don't live beside. I was at his door the night. I was at his door there. He was 50 years married.
Oh yeah, and I was at it too. His wife was the first court, you know. Of Joe's up here.
Joe's home.
Aye.
Paddy always maintained that the end of a good man is better than the beginning of a bad man. He's a great character, Paddy, isn't he?
Yes. A clever genius too.
That was a great night now in Borough, you know.
Yeah. I know it was. I enjoyed it, to be honest. It's that fucking thing going on with the whole thing.
I don't mind that. That's good.
Fury is out there. The ball has come back off the Sarns, man. Fight Fury, fighting Harvard, coming free, it will go in. The referee will go in, I'd say it could be a free to St. Sarns.
Here they come, Lusmagh out on the field. Brilliant sunshine in their vivid red jerseys. No sign of the Clarine team yet. Lusmagh lads now limbering up as to prepare for their second county hurling final. Beautiful day here in Birr. About 5,000 people of a crowd, I'd estimated. Well, Michael, what do you think of this occasion? You being a Lusmagh man?
A lot will depend on the wind, I think, Dan. There's a strong breeze blowing towards the town end there. And if the Lusmagh fellas can settle down early on, I think we're in for a great game of hurling. If Lusmagh win by a point, it'll do me, certainly, but I can't see Lusmagh winning by a big score.
The breeze is sort of coming across the field more than directly favouring any team, I'd imagine. You know?
In the first match, Dan, it had a big bearing on in the second half. I think St. Seir's failed to score in the second half of the Senior B final. And it certainly favoured Banagher in the second half there.
But up here where we are, the breeze is very strong, but maybe it's not as strong down on the field where the players are. But looking round here now, I don't see this Clarine flags. Where are they down there? They're dressing room. Yes, I see the Clarine team now making their way to the gate. Yeah, right.
Huh? Yeah.
Attention please, there's a guard and notice here. 2 cars, number 835 LZD and 89D 4719. They'll be removed immediately.
Here comes Clarine. Clarine team out on the field now.
89D 4719.
The senior hurling champions of last year for the first time. Yes, the last man to come out there is the sub number 17. The boys limbering up down here at the gold end, the town gold. Michael, you were watching the Clarine final last year, the first time. Lusmagh is in the same position today. Well, can you...
I think if Lusmagh can settle down and they get the breaks on the day, they'll certainly win. They are very, very determined. They've trained very hard, and there's absolutely no reason why they can win it. It was only in the last couple of minutes that Clarine beat Lusmagh in the league final. And I think Brendan Birmingham will be a big addition to the Lusmagh team. He didn't play in that game. I also think that Paddy Mulroney at centre field will be a big loss to Clarine. He fractured his thumb before the semi-final.
Experience is an awful lot to count to this game. This is Clarine's third final in a row. Well, of course, Lusmagh haven't been here since 1982 final, and they were unlucky to be beaten in 82. But
in goal, Jim Troy. On the right, Jim Kelly. In the
that's
centre,
picking up.
And on the left is Brendan McGarry. The half-back line on the right, Paul Kelly. In the centre, Joachim Kelly. And on the left is Kieran Dalton. In the middle of the field is Frank Larkin and Brendan Kelly. The half-forward line on the right, John Troy. In the centre, Brendan Birmingham. And on the left is Ray Mannion. The full forward line on the right, John Kelly. In the centre, Tony Kelly. And on the left is Ronnie Burns. Our referee for today is Pat Horn of St. Reinhards.
Interesting, Dan, to see if Joachim Kelly will actually start centre back. I believe he's going to start centre field, and Brendan Kelly will be back centre back.
His brother, and Liam Coughlin also. Liam will be playing.
Joachim, of course, is a great centre-back player because he nearly plays in the centre-back anyway, and probably finish up maybe centre-forward. But Joe Dooley is going to have his work cut out today because, of course, Joe is a great forward. County hurlers, again, of course, will have great respect for one another. No love lost, I'd say, Mike.
Certainly there'll be no love lost in today's match. Lusmagh are going to give it everything. That's my firm belief.
Joachim Kelly takes up a position at centre half-back.
It's going to be impossible to do this between the two of them.
That's where he's taken on
I think they could possibly last the pace that little bit longer than Clarine.
Have you been watching them training now?
I have. I've been watching them train. They've trained extremely hard, and
of course determination is going to be a major factor here today. Clarine might not be as determined as they were a year ago. Okay, they played Bor there, and Bor didn't give them a great game, which everyone expected Bor to give them a great game.
And the parade is on. Lusmagh led by Jim Troy, followed by Jim Kelly, Tom Kelly, Brendan McGarry, Paul Kelly, Joachim Kelly, Kieran Dalton, Frank Larkin and Benny Kelly, John Troy, Brendan Birmingham and Raymond Burns, John Ginger Kelly, Tony Kelly, and taking up the rear, Ronald Burns.
Oh, that's a nice picture there now with the sun in their backs as the parade down towards the town end. Plenty of support here from Lusmagh. See, plenty of Lusmagh men all around here, probably expecting to celebrate tonight.
Certainly, we hope to celebrate tonight. I see Clarine there, led by their captain, Pat Mulroney, the rear being taken up by their danger man, Billy Dooley, at number 15.
Of course, Kieran are well used to this celebration. This is their third year, as I say, like for Lusmagh's first year in 8 years since they have been in the
I don't
final.
know about the celebrations, Dan. They had to drown their sorrows 2 years ago. They had last year's celebration, and we hope that they'll be drowning their sorrows tonight again.
I wonder would Kieran be as confident today if he hadn't to beat Lusmagh hadn't to beat Banagher in the semi-final. You know.
Well, this is one of the things. I think if Banagher had beaten Lusmagh, they would probably go into today's match as strong favourites. Johnny Abbott has gone off the Clarine team since last year. He had a tremendous game in the final last year. He did a lot of covering on half-back. It remains to be seen how the replacements work out.
Yeah, that's a beautiful scene now as the parade on around the face up the field towards their supporters.
One wonders what's going through the minds of a lot of those Lusmagh lads out there. Though they have 6 on the team with All Ireland medals, I think when you're playing for your club, it certainly has a big effect on players, and some of them will obviously be very, very nervous. They need a good start, and possibly to play with the wind will be a big help with them.
Of course, club hurling is really different than county hurling. It's a completely different game altogether. And there's probably those players that haven't even played for the county that are probably more nervous now than if they were playing for the county.
That's very true. There's one man we should probably remember today, is Jim Try's father, Jimmy Try. I'm sure he'd have loved to have been here to have seen the match, but unfortunately Jimmy passed away during the year.
Oh, that's sad, like it. But then, of course, Jim has been around for a while too. He was in the 82 final, wasn't he?
Jim was certainly in the 82 final.
Then
they have seven players starting today from the 82 final.
Plenty of experience there, like in the Lusmagh camp. It's all sort of straight down. You have Jim Try, and you have Joachim, and you have Brendan Birmingham, and you have John Try, and plenty of experience, you know. No excuses.
I think today's match will have to be a clean match. Pat Horn is a pretty strict referee, and he will certainly take no nonsense from either side.
Of course, the Clarine, men from Clarine,
who died over the past couple of days.
And it looks very like as if Joachim Kelly will start at centre back after all.
Oh yeah, of course that's his favourite position really, isn't it? Because a lot of the play mightn't be even in the centre field today.
Yes, with today's strong wind, I think the half-back lines will probably have a big bearing on it.
Be interesting to know now how far out Joe Dooley will move. Isn't it Joe Dooley he's on?
Joe Dooley's at full forward, yes. I think that will be something that Clarine will try to do. They'll try and draw out the Lusmagh full back line as far as possible.
But then,
of course, Clarine are strong too. They have a strong centre back and have a strong full back line, and plenty of experience back down there as well, you know.
Coming in here underneath it. The red and white for Lusmagh and the black and amber of Seir. Have the start of power on the beam.
Benny Kelly has gone centre back, so as I expected.
That's a last minute change now, I'd say, or something they had in their minds made up to do, maybe to sort of upset the Clarine a little bit, but it's back to his old position now.
changes here in personnel all over the place. Joachim Kelly operates in the middle of the field. Benny Kelly operates at centre half back. Joe Dooley operates at centre forward for Tareen as the ball is pucked in. It comes inside and it'll break out towards Jimmy Connor's gone racing out for this Johnny Dooley. Out there fighting hard for this Kieran Dooley. Pulling first time over there. It looks to be Brendan McGarry, I think it is. The ball breaks outside and it'll come to Joachim Kelly. Joachim's puck will go inside towards the full forward. Tony Kelly is out ahead of Eugene this time. Mick Coughlin pulls first time up along the round. The ball will break out into the corner there. Out there after this Ronnie Burns. Ronnie has been forced out towards the sideline. They pucked it back in there toward the middle towards Joachim Kelly. Joachim looks towards the goal. It's a high one. It'll go well in towards the goal. It's gone out over the line and wide though.
Yeah, that's the first miss now for Lusmagh, but then of course
First miss for Lusmagh. It's a bit of a tricky win.
get the feel of the ball now and settle down is the whole thing in the first 10 minutes, 10 or 15
minutes. The puck
minutes.
out will be taken by Liam Coughlin for Seir Kieran. As you can see, a strong breeze blowing. It drops in the middle of the field. Noel Bergen is out there. John Try pulls first time, but pushing it up along the ground is Jimmy Connors. The referee has penalised the Lusmagh man for a foul. It's actually a foul on Joe Dooley, who's operating at centre half forward. It's a free to Seir Kieran's right down here underneath this on the 65-metre line, and Johnny Dooley will be the man that'll take it. Johnny Dooley with number 11 on his back. He'll take the free for Seir Kieran's. With number 12 on his back. Sorry about that. Johnny Dooley wearing number 12. Gets ready. He'll puck it into the strong sun. It's going well in towards the goal. Jim Troy is watching it as it goes in. Jim Troy grabs it on the goal line. Breaks out with it. It'll come out towards Johnny Dooley and Joachim Kelly. They're fighting hard for Joe Dooley. Picks it up underneath him. The ball is pucked well in towards the goal. Has it gone over? It has indeed. It's gone over the bar. The first score of the game has come from Joe Dooley.
Yeah, that was a lovely point there now from Joe Dooley.
I see Joe Dooley has gone out on centre field to mark Joachim Kelly.
Dooley has gone out to mark Joachim Kelly in
That's
the
his
middle of the
favourite
field.
hurling place anyway. Plenty of room out there.
Jimmy Connors is operating at full forward as we'll follow the play. The puck out has come. Out it goes into the middle of the field. It's broken back down. It's going in for this Joachim Kelly. Joachim is on his knees on the ground in there. Tony Kelly in there fighting hard for Eugene Coughlin goes in and picks it up. He plucks it out into the middle of the field. It'll come breaking down. Benny Kelly goes down, grabs it well, pucks it up towards the sideline. Out there for his Ray Burns. Coming across to cut it off is Eugene Coughlin. Eugene comes out and clears it well down the midfield again. Out there for it comes to Joe Dooley. Joe gets it into his hands, pucks it low in towards the middle. It'll come across towards Johnny Dooley. Johnny looks towards the goal, pucks it in. This time it's gone out over the line and wide.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of open hurling now for the first couple of minutes of this game anyway. So
Clarine there seem to have the advantage so far.
Jim Troy stands back, he'll take the puck out for for Lusmagh. It's a huge one, way down the middle of the field. It'll break inside, Mick Coughlin goes up, but coming across to cut it off, it'll break inside between Tony Kelly and Eugene Coughlin. The referee has penalised Tony Kelly for holding on to Eugene Coughlin, but as the crowd roar at the back of the goal, the referee had blown the whistle, so it's a free out to Seir Kieran's. And Eugene Coughlin will take this one himself. Eugene Coughlin stands back with the puck out, or with the free out. It'll drop well up the middle of the field. Brendan Kelly is up there for Lusmagh. The ball will break down and it has come outside. It was Pat Connors, I think, of Ger Connors that grabbed it, but it's a free out to Lusmagh, and Brendan Kelly will take this one.
yeah, the teams are beginning to settle down now, and the next 10 or 15 minutes will be vital to both Clarine or
Brendan
Lusmagh
Kelly comes up
get a
with
good
a
lead in
huge free.
before
It'll
half
drop
time.
well in towards the goal. Liam Coughlin waits in there. The ball is slipped inside. Liam Coughlin comes off his line. The umpire has gone out. He's waved a 65, so it'll be a 65-metre free for Lusmagh. It was pucked in there by Brendan Kelly, and I see Brendan coming down from the half-back line to take up his position to take this 65-metre free.
Lusmagh need a score at this stage, Dan.
Yeah, but the breeze now is actually getting stronger from up where we are, and it takes them a while to adjust to this, because it's really coming across the field more than in favour of Lusmagh either.
Brendan Kelly down here underneath us on the 65-metre line, gets ready with the wind assisting him. He pucks it in towards the goal, and he's pucked it good. He's pucked it over the bar. The sides are level here in Brendan's Park in Bar. 1 point for Seir Kieran and 1 point for Lusmagh. The stopwatch says we have a little over 4.5 minutes gone As Liam
that
Coughlin
point will get
stands
them
back
into your
into
heart
three
now, you
with
know.
the puck out for Seir
Into your
Kieran.
heart.
It's a huge one, way down the field. It'll go on towards Johnny Dooley. Jimmy Connors is down there, pulls up along the ground. It'll break inside towards Mick Mulroney. The ball is added to it. It'll break in across. And coming across to cut it off there is Jim Kelly. Jim is held up as he comes out. Out there along with him is Billy Dooley. But he gets his puck out. He gets his clearance out this side of the field. It'll come down towards John Troy. John is beaten this time by Ger Connors. The ball comes back across towards Kieran Dooley. Kieran with the ball in his hands tries to get the puck in towards the full forward line. It'll break inside towards Noel Bear or towards Jimmy Connor. Jimmy gets it inside towards Joe Dooley. Coming off his line is Jim Troy, and a deserving save there by Jim Troy as he blasted out over the line. And there's a player down injured. It looks to be Jimmy Connors that's down injured on the Seir Kieran's team.
Yeah, that was a good save there now by Jim Troy.
He came off the line pretty fast.
Needed that to boost his confidence as well, you know. Good save early in the game is a great advantage to the goalkeeper.
Jimmy Connors still being attended to in there, the Seir Kieran's man. Seems to have got a knock in the face there. Who's operating, wearing number 14 on his back, operating at centre forward, I think. It's a 65-metre free to Seir Kieran, just down here underneath this, and Mick Coughlin gets ready as Jimmy Connors goes back to take up his position. Mick Coughlin comes with the free against the breeze, and the breeze has swung it way out to the left of the post and wide. So the scoreboard still remains 1 point for Seir Kieran and 1 point for Lusmagh as Jim Troy prepares to take the puck out once again. Back goes Jim, and up he comes with the puck out, and again it's a goal run way down the middle of the field. Joachim Kelly and Kieran Dooley. The ball will break across, going out for this Joe Mooney. Joe Mooney fighting hard for the referee has blown the whistle for a foul there by Joe Mooney on, I think it was Ray Burns that the foul was on. So it's a free in to Lusmagh. This one almost dead straight in front of the goal. And John Troy, who's been the free taker for Lusmagh, back through the championship, gets ready to take this one. The sides are not got a point apiece. John Troy looks at the goal, and now Lusmagh have gone one.
It's a lovely point now, another good score.
Yeah, the first score for him, and I think it'll give him great confidence.
Plenty of scores there in the game is what this game needs. Plenty of
the red
excitement
and white of Lusmagh, the black and amber of Seir Kieran as Liam Coughlin stands back with the puck out. It's a good one way down the middle of the field. Out it comes, Noel Bergen is out there, but the ball is knocked up this side of the field. It's come across towards Johnny Dooley. Johnny gets it into his hands. Out there along with him is Kieran Dalton. Dooley gives it back to Kieran. Kieran puts it across to the middle, but Brendan Kelly cuts it off for Lusmagh. Brendan, a huge clearance from Brendan down towards Tony Kelly. But Eugene Coughlin comes out and gathers it well. He's been harassed by two Lusmagh men, but the puck has come across. It'll break across towards Joe Mooney, fighting hard for this John Troy. The ball will break across there towards the number 12, that'll be Ray Bourne. Pulling first time up along the ground is Frank Larkin. Frank's puck has gone in towards the corner. Tony Kelly races towards the corner, but the ball will beat him out over the line. The stopwatch says we have a little over 8.5 minutes gone. The scoreboard reads 2 points for Lusmagh, 1 point for Seir Kieran. Liam Coughlin stands back, gets ready with the puck out, and that's a huge one. Joachim Kelly is in the middle of the field. It's pulled on and it comes to Benny Kelly. Benny gets it into his hands, gets away from Kieran Dooley. The ball is knocked down, it'll break back to Kieran Dooley. Kieran's puck goes in towards the corner. Mick Mulroney is in there. Brendan McGarry is in there. Coming across to cut it off is Tom Kelly. Brendan McGarry out there along with him. Pulling up first time along the round, it's come out towards Johnny Dooley. Johnny with the ball in his hands, gets it in across towards the middle. Noel Bergen is in there, the ball is knocked down. Jim Troy again comes off his line, gathered as well, and it'll be a huge clearance by Jim. Way down the field, it'll go in towards the corner. John Kelly is out there after, but the referee has penalised Paddy Connors of Clarine for a foul on John Kelly. So it'll be a free into Lusmagh. This one from almost the same position as the last one. John Troy will be the free taker again.
Yeah, that was another lovely clearance there from Jim Troy. Dropping right in on the forward line
Johnny
of
stands back,
Kieran.
looks at the goal, pucks it well and pucks it good. It's gone over the bar again. 3 points for Lusmagh, 1 point for Sir Kieran's.
That's what Lusmagh need now. Plenty of scores. What do you think, Mike?
Plenty of scores for half-time, Dan. They have to get a lead up, playing with the advantage of the breeze. Whatever advantage it is to Lusmagh.
Oh yeah, it's on the score. It's on the board. You want the scores. There's no point of talking about all the wides and the next day. It was the points they need. Plenty of points.
A hurling, a senior hurling title. They were back here in 1979, I think it was, beaten by St. Reinald's. Our Sir Kieran's, who jumped that fence last year by taking it for the first time, beaten St. Reinald's last year. As Liam Coughlin pucks it out into the middle of the field, Joachim Kelly and Kieran Doley. The ball will break across towards Brendan Birmingham. Brendan hits it up towards John Troy. John Kelly comes out from the corner, in towards Troy again. Troy grabs that one very well, but coming across to cut it off is Paddy Connors. Coming out there fighting hard for this Kieran, it's not Kieran, it's Gerard Connors. The ball will break down this side of the field. Kieran Doley is out there fighting hard for it. Ronnie Burns is out there. The ball will break across towards Noel Bergen. The ball has gone inside for the corner. John Kelly is in there fighting hard for it. Paddy Connors is in there. The ball will break across and it'll come to John Kelly again. John Kelly getting it hard to hold on to it as the ball is clear out this side of the field. First time pulling there from Paul Kelly. The ball goes inside to John Troy and John whipped it up and without even looking, he stuck it straight.
Good point by John Troy.
Oh, that's a beaut. That's a real beaut. You know. That's a real beautiful point.
And as with Sir
Lusmagh now are beginning to settle down. They're beginning to settle down very well in the last couple of minutes.
Got off the better this year. Liam Coughlin stands back with the puck out. It's a huge one. He tries the far side of the field. Joe Mooney is out there. Francie Larkin is out for the ball. Breaks to Brenny Kelly. Brenny tries to get away. Takes a hard shoulder charge from Joe Mooney. In towards the full forward line. Coming across to cut it off is Eugene Coughlin. Tony Kelly is out there along with him. Eugene has come up. He's gone on past. He's gone up 45-metre line. He still holds on to it. Kicks it left footed towards the middle. Joachim Kelly is in there. Noel Bergen is in there. Eugene picks it up and puts it over the far side of the field. It'll go over towards Johnny Doley. Johnny tries to get it up well, but it goes into Joe. Joe grabs it in his hands, looks at the goal, turns for in, pucks it, Jim Troy. It's a goal! Is it? Yes, it's a goal! The ball.
A rather soft goal, that.
Yeah, that was a lucky goal, but then it came here from Eugene Coughlin's clearance here. You know. Rather unfortunate, just after Lusmagh getting those 2 points.
Yes, it was Billy Dooley. As the ball broke in, it's 1 goal and 1 point for Sir Kieran's. 4 points for Lusmagh. The puck out has come. Out into the middle of the field it goes, and Joe Mooney gathers it for Clarine. He's gone soloing up the field. He's been followed. His shot is blocked down. Mooney fights hard for it again. Pulls up along the ground. Noel Bergen got across with it. Noel adds to it along the ground. Coming in for this Jimmy Connors. But the ball will break down towards Johnny Dooley. Francie Larkin is out there. Coming down, fighting the hard for Joachim Kelly. Joachim gathers it in his hands. He'll puck it in towards Tony Kelly at full forward. Eugene Coughlin getting the better of it. Tussle comes out with the ball again. Holds on to it rather well, and it's a good clearance from Eugene. It'll go up towards the middle of the field. And now Noel Bergen has it. Noel trying to get inside. An injured player down there already. And it'll come back down towards Paul Kelly. The referee has blown Paul Kelly for holding on to the ball too long. And I think it's Billy Dooley that's down injured on the Clarine team. It's not actually, it's Jimmy Connors. Jimmy Connors, who was injured here in the early stages, the first couple of minutes of the game. He seems to be down injured again. His brother Dennis.
Clarine seemed to have upped the tempo a little bit, Dan.
Yeah, of course, that goal now is after coming in the real wrong time for Lusmagh. It's after bringing Clarine back in the game.
Johnny Dooley is getting ready to take it. Well within Johnny's scoring range. He lifts and he strikes and it goes. It's gone wide. It's gone out over the line.
See, it's a tricky breeze now, and you look at it like
by Johnny Dooley. The scoreboard reads
the third free now. The Clarine are after missing.
For Sarah Kieran's. 4 points for Lusmagh as Jim Troy prepares with the puck out. There's over 13 and a half minutes gone as Jim with the sun in his back and the wind behind him, pokes it way down the middle of the field. Brendan Birmingham goes up, Mick Coughlin is there, but Kieran Dooley gathers it underneath them all and pucks it up this side of the field. Johnny Dooley is all alone. He's alone no longer as Kieran Dalton comes to him, but he grabs it inside Dalton. Solos through. His shot is blocked down by Brendan Kelly. Brendan comes out with it. Dooley out there fighting the Harford. Benny Kelly gets it into his hands. He's come 30 yards. He pucked it straight into the path of Noel Bergen. Noel tries to get away. Joachim Kelly is out there along with him. Francie Larkin is there as well. Benny Kelly gathers it up. Can't getting it very, very hard to get out. He's giving it over this side of the field. Paul Kelly has it. Paul Kelly's clearance not that great, but it'll come to Brendan Birmingham. Kieran Dooley is in there. Paul's first time up along the ground. The shot is blocked down by Brendan Birmingham. Joe Mooney is in there fighting hard for it, but going across to cut it off is Paul Kelly. Brendan Birmingham matching to Paul Kelly. Paul Kelly's shot goes very near. It's actually gone out over the line. As it whizzed in across, it went out over the line, and Lusmagh missing a chance there. The sides are level here. The stopwatch as we have almost 15 minutes gone. As Liam Coughlin stands back and gets ready to take the puck out again. A beautiful day for hurling here in St. Brennan Park in Burr. The sun shining, not a lot of breeze as the ball comes to Johnny Dooley. Johnny pucks it in towards the corner to Mick Mulroney. Mick pulls in along the ground first time. Benny Kelly cuts it off for Lusmagh. Benny having a great game at centre half back. Star was picked to play in the middle of the field, but the ball comes inside where it's added to by Ronnie Burns. Ronnie grabs it himself. Out there along with him is Sean Coughlin. Ronnie fighting hard for the referee has blown the whistle and he's penalised Ronnie Burns for a high pull on Sean Coughlin there. So it'll be a free out to Sir Keynes. Mick Coughlin will be the man to take this one. Mick Coughlin centre half back. That's a huge ball from Mick Coughlin in towards Jimmy Connors. Tom Kelly goes up and grabs it well. Pucks it down this side of the field, going across to cut it off. It's Jared Connors. He's ahead of John Troy. The ball comes back. Jared Connors returns. And the ball has gone back down the field, but it'll come to Mick Coughlin. Mick clears it out into the corner towards Johnny Dooley. Out there along with him is Kieran Dalton. Dooley has it in his hands. Outside him is Joe Mooney. Joe Mooney won't reach the ball, but the referee has penalised the Lusmagh man, Francie Larkin, I think it was, for a push in the back, so it'll be a free into Sir Kieran's. Joe Mooney is out there. I think Joe will be the man that will take this one.
Game never really settled at all yet like this.
Joe Mooney actually walks away from
very
it,
much in
Johnny
patches of dominance for both sides.
Sareen look as nervous as Lusmagh at the moment. They're not settling either.
Johnny Dooley takes the good ball, lobs it in towards the square. Jim Troy watches it go in and Jim gathers it well. But the referee has blown the whistle, so it'll be a free out to Lusmagh. The Sir Kieran's men in the square before the ball arrived. It's a free out to Lusmagh, and Jim Troy will get ready to take this one. The red-haired Jim, who could drop this ball on the Sir Kieran's 20-metre line. He takes a huge free. It doesn't drop that far, but not very far away from him. It comes to his brother John. John grabs it, has gone through the middle. He'll give it across. It comes across towards Ronnie Burns. Ronnie's shot is blocked down and cleared by Joe Mooney. Joe puts it back into the path of Benny Kelly. Benny drives it down the field again. It'll come in towards John Kelly. John Kelly goes up, doesn't hold on to it though. Brendan Birmingham in there fighting hard for John Troy is in there. Birmingham gets it in along the ground. John Kelly is in there as well. The ball will come across and Joe Mooney pulls along the ground first time. It'll come back to Joachim. Joachim has it in his hand. Leaves the ball behind him. Noel Bergen is out there. Noel gets it out this side of the field. Francie Larkin is out there for Lusmagh. Out there fighting for this Kieran Dooley. Kieran Dooley gets it into his hands. Pucks it up towards the corner towards Mick Mulroney. Mick breaks inside Brendan McGarry and he's gone solo with the ball. He still holds on to it, gives it inside to Joe Dooley. Joe looks at the goal. A shot and a brilliant save by Jim Troy. A marvellous save by Jim Troy. As Jim gives it outside towards Tom Kelly. Tom clears it, Ronnie Byrne pulls for Seir as the ball is put back in for Sir Kieran. And the ball will break inside and it's grabbed. It's grabbed by Paul Kelly. It'll come back in towards Joachim. Joachim tries to make room for himself and pucks it out the far side of the field. Brendan Birmingham is up there. John Troy is up there. Going down for this Ray Byrne. Ray Byrne has been held up and the ball will break out towards Sean Coughlin. Sean pucks it out into the corner. Johnny Dooley is out there. Out there along with him is Kieran Dalton. Dooley gets his puck in towards the corner. Coming out for this Jim Kelly. Out there along with him is Billy Dooley. Billy has to come way back out the field for it, gets it into his hands, turns and looks at the goal for in. But coming across to cut it off is Brendan McGarry, and Brendan's huge clearance comes down the field again. John Troy goes up for it, Jared Connors goes up for it, Mick Coughlin comes out, but the referee has blown the whistle for a foul on Mick Coughlin by John Troy.
That's a good patch of good bit of hurling there now in the last minute or so. Bring more life into
to
this
Sir
game.
Kieran's. Mick Coughlin will take this one. He lobs it over the far side of the field. It'll go across towards Johnny Dooley.